Hey, how you doing, internet? This is Jacob Clifford. Let's practice some econ. To be honest, I don't know the exact questions you're gonna see on your Unit 1 exam, but I do know the types of questions you're gonna see, and that's what we're gonna practice right now. I have 5 multiple choice questions for you. I'm gonna put them on the screen, pause the video, answer the questions, then I'm gonna go over the answers and give you some tips and strategies to make sure that you're ready. So here we go, let's get to it. Good luck. I guarantee you're gonna have some question like this. The most important concept in this class is the idea of scarcity. We have unlimited wants, but limited resources. So the answer here is E. Yeah, you might learn about all these other concepts, but really this course all boils down to scarcity. And you're also gonna definitely have questions about the production and possibilities curve. So points in the curve, on the curve, outside the curve, understanding the shape of the curve, the idea of opportunity cost. You gotta know that stuff. So for this question, it says we're currently at a point inside the curve and we're trying to get to the curve itself. Decreasing government spending is not gonna make any sense. That could actually cause the point to be further inside the curve. And so the answer is actually D, an increase in employment. So remember, a point in the curve means we have unemployment, workers are not being utilized. If we put those workers to work, that's gonna move us to the actual curve. Now, a common mistake here is putting the answer C, increasing human capital. That's the idea of making workers smarter, better, giving them better skills, making them more productive. That would actually shift the entire curve. That's not the concept we're talking about. We're talking about a point in the curve, trying to get to the curve, not a shift in the curves. So again, the answer is D, and here's 2 more questions. Good luck. You're probably gonna have 2, 3, or even 4 multiple choice questions with a production possibilities curve on your exam. This one's pretty basic. It's telling you, how do you show the idea of opportunity cost? And the answer is C. So movement along the same curve from B to C shows we're producing more consumer goods, but the opportunity cost are the capital goods that we can't produce. I'm not doing it in this question, but if they actually gave you numbers like this, you have to calculate opportunity cost. And keep in mind that the opportunity cost from B to C is different than the opportunity cost going from C to B. From B to C, it would be 10 capital goods, and from C to B, it'd be 1 consumer good. Remember, opportunity cost is not about what you're getting, it's about what you're giving up. The point here is one of the key concepts in this unit is the production possibilities curve. I made a ton of videos to help you learn it, practice it. Also, take a look at my ultimate review packet. There's a study guide in there that helps you do those calculations and understand the shape of the curve. It's free, you can get it right now. Link is in the description below. Now, for most students, the hardest part of Unit 1 is doing comparative advantage questions. Remember, there's 4 things you have to be able to do. Calculate per unit opportunity cost, so like one car costs how many boats. Calculate and identify absolute advantage. Calculate comparative advantage, and find the terms of trade. But the great news is I have tons of videos to help you out. If you don't understand or haven't learned comparative advantage, watch this video. If you understand it and you need some tips and strategies, definitely watch this video. And if you just want to practice, watch this one. I'm just gonna give you the answer for this question here. If you get it wrong, you know you have to go back and watch those other videos. The answer is D. Here's a quick strategy for you. Remember, absolute advantage is a lot easier to find than comparative advantage. And if you look, you can see Bill can mow 6 lawns and Sam can only do 5 lawns. That means that Bill has an absolute advantage in doing lawns. And you can tell that means A and C are automatically out. Sam does not have an absolute advantage in mowing. To figure out comparative advantage, you have to calculate the per unit opportunity cost, pick the one that has the lower opportunity cost, and then they will both specialize in doing one thing. They won't both have a comparative advantage in the same thing. Again, if you need more help with that, watch the other videos or get the free study guide in the ultimate review packet. I have 2 more questions for you, but right here at the end of Unit 1, macro and microeconomics split into 2 completely different subjects. In microeconomics, you're introduced to the idea of utility maximizing and the utility maximizing rule. And in macroeconomics, you go straight into supply and demand. The micro students will do supply and demand, but that's not until Unit 2. The point is, I have 2 questions for you. If you're in microeconomics, answer them both because you will see the second question in future exams. Let's see how you do. And if you're in macroeconomics, just answer the second question and then move to this point in the video to see the answers. Okay, micro students, again, this is the idea of utility maximizing and using the utility maximizing rule. In this question, you can see that the additional satisfaction from good X is 8 utils or happiness points, and it costs $4 to get it. So the utils per dollar spent is 2. You get 2 utils for each dollar you spend. But that's just for consuming good X. If you consume good Y, then you get 2 utils of happiness, and since it costs 50 cents to buy it, you get 4 utils per dollar spent. So you can get 2 utils per dollar if you consume X, or 4 utils per dollar if you consume Y. You definitely want more Y, less of X. The right answer here is C. Now this question is just using the utility maximizing rule. You might see other questions that have you calculate margin utility and decide how to use your limited income to maximize your total utility. Now let's look at the other question. This is just basic supply and demand. The question says, how can price increase and quantity decrease? The only way to pull that off is answer E, which would be a decrease in supply. Now this is one of the 2 classic supply and demand questions that you might see. This one tells you what happened to price and quantity. Price went up, quantity decreased, so it must have been a decrease in supply. Another question might say, what's going to happen if supply decreased? And you would say price went up and quantity decreased. It's really just the same concept, but some questions might ask you, okay, if this occurs, what happened? Other questions might say, if this occurs, what will happen? And as long as you can draw the graphs of supply and demand and shift those curves, you're gonna be fine. And again, I have a video that'll help you out. Watch this if you need an overview of supply and demand. And if you're ready to practice, watch this video. They are all free on YouTube. Also, do me a favor, make sure if you like this video, if you want me to make, I'll make more of these if you want. I'll make them for every single unit. Just let me know if you like it. Tell me in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Till next time.